Hello, I am Joshua Smith, and welcome to another episode of Captain Cinema's Entertainment Explosion. With me is my guest.
Hello, I am Eliza Morales.
Nice to meet you, Eliza. I'm so glad that you're here today. It's a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
Well, listen, thank you for coming. So, today's episode is very special. It's in honor of Black History Month, where we're going to be talking about Oscars So White, given the fact, Oscars is literally just around the corner.
Yes.
So we have some important issues that I'm really excited to talk about. So would you like to just dive into it?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So I would like to start off first by talking about colorism in Hollywood. And
Okay.
I would like to talk about, why do you think it's okay, or not okay actually, for the Academy to only recognize African-American actresses and actors who are only playing the type of role that they seem fit? Like, for example, what if they only nominated an actor who played a slave or someone who has really awful trauma? Like, how can they recognize those roles instead of the heroic roles like their white counterpart?
Because honestly, for many years, that's how history has depicted Black people. That's all they know. Hollywood doesn't know anything about the Black community or has tried to learn much about the Black community to understand that slavery, drug addiction, or anything, that's not just what we're about. And typically we aren't about that. It's just everybody has that struggle. It's in every race. It's in everybody. Everybody has a struggle. They don't understand what a Black person really stands for and who they are, what they actually go through on a day-to-day basis.
That is true. I have to say that there's a handful of actors and actresses who have either A, not been nominated, or B, been nominated but only one time, or have only won an Oscar one time. A good example would be Viola Davis. She won for her role in the movie Fences with Denzel Washington.
Yes.
And that was a brilliant, heartfelt film that was about struggle, but it was a different kind of struggle.
Yes.
It was the kind that you could being from a mother's point of view, you've seen her her pain.
Yeah.
And then you also felt for Denzel too, and both of them actually should have won that year, but Viola Davis should have won 1,000 awards at this point.
Yes.
But I will say that I agree with everything you just said. They just don't know, and they're blinded by just I can't even fathom how the Academy are able to look at themselves sometimes in the mirror. Like, they don't recognize true talent.
They try to keep what's natural to them. Like the saying is, you can't teach old dogs new tricks.
That is true.
And a lot of the people that run the Oscars are very old. They're
Yeah.
probably on their way out pretty soon.
That is true.
It's hard to get them to change with the dynamic and with the world, because if you look at it, society, the way it's changing, they're coming around. They're coming around slowly,
Yeah.
but it's getting there. Now,
is.
to get it to the mainstream, to get it to Hollywood, they're working. It's a strategy.
Yeah, I agree with that completely, which actually this leads straight into our next topic of why does Hollywood why is it easier for them to hire or cast light-skinned African Americans than darker skin? Like, why is that okay? I never have gotten that, because talent is talent. It doesn't matter what you look like.
We know talent is talent, but for them, it's what fits in the dynamic. Like, sitting here, if you were part of the Hollywood connection, it looks better with a white man to have a light-skinned woman, because then you can't tell what she is. You don't know if she's fully Black, or you don't know if she's mixed with white. She comes from a good family, and so forth. With a dark-skinned woman next to a next to a white man, you can tell, oh yeah, she's Black.
Yeah.
She's not mixed with anything, and that's not the narrative that they want to push. They want to push interracial relationships, which there's nothing wrong with that, but they don't want the full ethnic side of people.
Yeah. I think Hollywood also is guilty of, when they hire an actress or an actor of color, if they put them in like a fantasy type film, they'll change the color of their skin.
Yes.
Good example would be Zoe Saldana has been in 2 massive blockbusters, Avengers, Guardians, and Avatar, where she's been blue and green, but she has not been her true self, which is awful. I will say that's just terrible, but they are learning from that lesson, because a movie that's actually coming out this week, Jonathan Majors is playing Kang, and he is not blue. So he is not blue. So that's a step up. I'm so proud to know that they're trying to right that wrong, because Marvel has even been guilty of stuff like that. So
Yes.
But I also want to bring up the fact that since the Oscars is just around the corner, Hattie McDaniel, the first African American actress for the 1939 film Gone with the Wind.
Yes.
I think everybody should know, and if they don't, here's a bit of history for you, that her cast rallied behind her to get her to even go into the building for when she was nominated.
Yeah.
The fact that they wouldn't even allow her to sit with her peers is crazy to me. I mean, come on.
It's crazy, but in that time, that's where racism was so prevalent and segregation was a big thing. And actually, her Grammy that she's won, they don't even know where it is to this day. It's gone. So the Grammys actually had a problem with her being in there to accept her award. So after a while, people started protesting that that's not what they want. That's not what the Grammys are. And essentially, there was a riot. There was a bunch of protests. And among that riot, her Grammy actually disappeared. Nobody's ever found it. Nobody's looked for it. It's gone.
I did not know that. That's so, you know what's funny? They can't find that, but yet they can find the slippers that Dorothy wore in
Under the house?
Yeah, the Wizard of Oz. They're right under the house. They're still there. That's crazy to me. That is utter nonsense. I will say...
It's sad, but that's really what the history is.
I will say that, you know, she was the first, but I looked it up. There has only been 20, just 20 winners, African-American men and women, all together winners, like who has took home an Oscar. That
I'm actually kind of shocked at that number. I actually would have thought it would have been less because honestly, I don't watch the Grammys, but whenever I do see that someone of color has been nominated and they won, oh, I'm right there behind it because I mean, I see these actors, I watch their movies, I watch their performances, and I feel like for some of the roles that they do play, they put their heart into, they need to get their flowers. They need to get what's owed to them, and in the Grammys, it's not there.
Talent needs to be recognized no matter what sex, creed, skin tone you have. It doesn't matter. You need to be recognized for what you deserved.
Right.
I mean, that's what people seem to forget, if I'm being quite honest. They forget the talent portion and just focus on the one aspect, and that needs to change. It needs to change sooner than later, in my opinion. But you know.
Yes, it's getting there. It's a slow battle.
It is.
But it's getting there, and pretty soon, hopefully, maybe when my son's older, we can say that, you know.
I remember the one Oscar ceremony. Swear to God, I never laughed so hard in my life. It was when Moonlight actually won. But they announced La La Land, and they was like, actually, that was the wrong card. Because everybody was shocked, like Moonlight didn't win.
Yeah.
And then even Ryan Gosling thought that was hilarious. You could see him, like they tried so hard not to focus on him because he couldn't stop laughing. And Emma Stone. Emma Stone was like, this is embarrassing. I can't believe I'm up on this stage witnessing all this. It was so bad, but rightly so.
I don't think I've seen La La Land. I think I've seen the trailers for it, but I don't think it was that interesting for me to actually go see it.
Well, funny enough, if you've never seen Moonlight, that actually will be playing on this campus, UPIKE, next Tuesday, the 21st of February. So people will actually have a chance to watch the Oscar-winning movie Moonlight.
Nice.
So, you know. Great stuff. Anybody who hasn't seen that movie, I highly recommend it. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful film. I'm not even going to talk about what it's about. They just need to see it for themselves. But before we get off here, I know you have something you would like to say. So, Eliza.
Yes, I would like to invite all the viewers out to our BSU meetings. We hold them on Thursdays at 5 p.m. This week, we actually do have a BSU meeting, and we are hosting a game night. It is going to be in the HP building, 7th floor at 5 p.m., and we would love to see you guys there. We also have a lot of great activities coming up. We have a movie night showing Glory Road on Friday, and we have a family reunion tailgate. Please come out and join the senior night. Come to our tailgate on Saturday, so it starts at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then enjoy the doubleheader basketball game. It's our blackout game. So please, you guys, come out, support, and have some fun. Free food, free T-shirts. You get a free bear towel. Just come enjoy the family.
Can you talk a little bit about why it's so important to join BSU, Black Student Union?
The Black Student Union, it's really important that we do get the involvement, the community involved, our students involved. We create a family. And I think it's really great that the Office of Diversity is hosting this family reunion tailgate, because then it'll show you just how close the students really are, how close the community is. And BSU, what we strive for here in Kentucky, we know there's Black people here, but we also know that there's not that much of a diversity or a family dynamic. And a lot of our Black students, they're athletes, they're coming from everywhere. They're coming from home and they're by themselves. We want to provide that family to you. So whatever struggles you're going through and that others may not understand, we understand. We're here to talk to you. We want to connect with you. We want to address some of the problems that are on campus. We want you here. So as my other e-board members aren't here, but our president, Miracle, our vice president, Zeph, I'm the secretary. We have our social media, Daryl, and we are wanting to get other members to join our e-board. We want you guys here. We're inviting you. We are a big open family. We're open-minded. Anything, just come to us.
Would you like to say where they can find you on social media, like the name? I'm almost positive it is BSU UPIKE or UPIKE BSU.
You can find us on Instagram. If you can switch either one around. Listen, I know the tag when I see it, but it's BSU UPIKE or UPIKE BSU.
It's one of those.
One of the others. Yeah. But you will find us on social media, and trust me, you will find us around campus. If you've seen me, you can't miss me. I have the baby.
The baby.
You will always see me.
Baby.
You always see me with the baby. So if that's all you recognize me as, hey, just stop us, come talk to us, say hey to Junior, and just join the family. That's really what it is. We're growing.
That's right.
Come to the family reunion. We'll introduce you.
If there's one thing that I've preached forever is that family and community is extremely important.
It really is.
And the more that we embrace one another and love each other and get to know each other, the better off we're going to be.
Yes.
And I feel like this club will just grow and be stronger than ever. And I'm very proud to be a part of it as well.
Thank
you. I'm proud to have met you because of that. So, yes, friend over here. But that is today's show. I hope you enjoyed it. And before we go, let me just wish you a happy Valentine's Day.